Hello and welcome, everybody. It is I, Dirty Tati, your host for today. I am joined in the booth by my good buddy T Case. T Case, the people have missed you. Please say hello.
Well, hello, and I have missed the people. That's for sure. How you doing, Tati?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. It's kind of weird. We're missing our third arm, Flaw Genius. He'll be back though for round one at least. So we haven't completely lost him, but for now we're two orphans hanging out together. And we'll try not to make a mess in the house, right?
Exactly, exactly.
Nice. Well, we're back, people. Hopefully the break hasn't been too excruciating for you all. We're back with what you love, though. It's mostly the same formula. So two divisions, two nights of racing for each round, and then of course two different finals for the two divisions. There is one big difference for season 7. It's that we get an extra round. That's right. 4 rounds of racing before we get into the divisional finals instead of the usual 3. T Case, 4 rounds. 4 rounds feels a little closer for me to the sweet spot than 3. What do you think?
You know what? I would agree with you 100%. I know that the people have been asking for a while, just one more, we need one more round before the finals. Three just isn't enough. Four feels pretty good. Um, you know, Maybe in the future we go five. I don't know, but McNally's a busy man. I know you and I are both busy. Maybe four with a final is the magic number here, but I'm excited to see it. I think having that extra race in there is going to make things just that much more exciting.
I definitely agree with that. Another opportunity to try to gain necessary points, going into the divisional finals, of course. And yes, the people should get what the people want, with understanding that McNaughty and the rest of the production team that we're real people. So I'm not gonna lie, I would probably be down with year-round NRL. That's my toxic trait. Anyway, why don't we jump into some of this so we can get going? Hello to everyone in the chat. I see you guys. Thank you. Let's talk about our sponsors for this season. We would like to start off with our with thanking the DGDR podcast. Those guys are awesome. It's Dumb Guys Do Racing podcast. I've been on it. TK's been on it. McNaughty's been on it. It's a fantastic, fun time. It's a high octane weekly podcast where 4 drivers from the PDX Sim team take you inside the world of motorsport and sim racing. From breaking news to heated debates, wild stories to pro tips, these guys cover it all with passion, humor, and just the right amount of chaos. For your podcast fix, these are available on all platforms with new weekly episodes dropped every Monday. Go listen to the podcast. It's funny every time. I mean, if anything, it's hilarious. You don't even have to like sim racing. Just go. Next, we'd like to welcome and thank Trails and Custom Construction for sponsoring the NRL this season. If you are in the beautiful city of Charlotte, North Carolina, or the surrounding areas and feel your home doesn't really speak to you, then look no further than Trails and Custom Construction. This family-owned and operated company offers bespoke solutions, including furniture, home building, cabinets, and much more. They will work closely with you to bring your dream home to life right before your very eyes, both on time and within budget. With nothing but 5-star reviews online, you can trust that your dream home is in great hands. Once again, that's Trails and Custom Construction. Building your dream, homes and cabinetry that tell your story. Thank you so much for your support this season. And you can always go check them out at www.trailsandconstruction.com, and do check out their about page at the same URL /about-us. We would also like to thank Hinky's Tavern, situated in charming Old Town Florissant in St. Louis, Missouri. If great food, great drinks, and great company are what you're looking for, then look no further than Hinky's Tavern. If you're in the St. Louis area, then stop on by and watch the NRL broadcast live on their many large screen TVs. Let them know the NRL sent you. And finally, he tried to go first, but little J CPA, turning streams and side hustles into smart money moves. Whether you're building a small business, growing a brand, or cashing in on streaming income, will help you track earnings, maximize deductions, and keep more of what you've worked for. You focus on building, we handle the numbers.
Indeed. And Tati, real quick, I do want to point out another sponsor by way of a $20 super chat, PHG Arrow. Still very much PHG Arrow, having some account issues today. Good luck to all, and thank you to all the NRL staff. So big thanks to Arrow. Again, all super chats, stickers, direct to the PayPal as well, or gifted memberships. All that goes to the prize pot for all the drivers and us workers behind the scenes.
Yes, it does. Got to thank you guys for it because it definitely helps to get a little something at the end of the season, and I'm sure the drivers appreciate it too. McNaughty definitely makes them work. They deserve to be paid every season. Let's get into it as we are getting into the season. So we have three splits of racing or of qualifying rather today to present to you. Oh, I'm so sorry. You know what? We have standings from Friday and we should definitely read those to you. So let's get into that first. These drivers already qualified. TKs, why don't you read like the first, I don't know, the first page that pops up and then I'll keep going.
Sounds good. I'll be taking care of 1 through 14 for you. And on top with an amazing drive yesterday, S7R's WID with a 117.275. Then we have Bacon Dance with a 117.3. These times are amazing. Alicos with a 117.362. Holy smokes. Lobster with a 117.370. Then we have S7R's The Truth Serum with a 117.525. A higher place, also part of Sector 7, the 117.560. Then we got Negative Waves with a 117.667. Man, these drivers are fast. Shred with a 117.694. Then we got Hondo and P9, the 117.720. VIPs Left to Pass You, the 117.826. Azrael with a 117.933. Drobo with a 117.943. The Squirrel with a 117.975. And Cap Slow, the 117.991. That is super tight.
Incredibly so. Wow. Okay. Wow, this just got crazy for me just seeing the numbers. In 15th place, we got Sugar Shuffles with a 118 flat. In 16th, you'll have Moose 21 with a 118.040. 17th is VIP JP Scale with a 118.099. In 18th, you got Lyric with a 118.108. 19th, we're looking at PDX Sim PS VR2 with a 118.142. In 20th, Santa Miguel has a 118.230. And in 21st, IORT Fishtail got a 118.283. 22nd, Market WHR, I think is how I say is that name, if I recall, is with a 118.297. 23rd, we're looking at Z.Eller with a 118.325. The 24th, Corridor 71 got a 118.378. 25th, VIP Rowdy Burns with a 118.427. In 26th, you're looking at Robson with a 118.474. And then I think that was 26th. MD Hop 2 is in 27th with a 118.496. And then Luis in 28th with a 118.580. You want to get that last bit for me, TKs?
Yep, and here outside of the qualifying standings for divisions A and B, we have Bells 15 with a 118.588. 30th, Angry Fredbird with a 118.590. 31st, and surprisingly, a PHG Shaggy Dude with a 118.603. 32nd, PHG Strict 9 with a 118.765. Fernando B in 33rd with a 118.842. 34th, Super Fun Happy. I like that.
Yeah.
118.863. Then we have HWP's Viking Wolf 73 with a 118.992. PHG Jersey unfortunately did not get to put a time in, nor did Zilla. And that rounds out all of our qualifying for Friday. And that's impressive. I was doing some practice and I couldn't get into, I got close to the 118s. I was in the 119s, so I definitely would not have made it.
TKs. That is 35 drivers who all qualified within 2 seconds of one another.
Wow.
And then we have another bunch of drivers today that are probably going to filter in mostly between those numbers.
Yep. It
This
is
season is about
incredibly
to be
tight.
lit. What?
Yeah.
Bumper to bumper, shoulder to shoulder. Yes. Oh, I love it. I love it. All right. Man, where do we go from here? I guess we read the details for the split. So this is, of course, the pre-qualifying. So you had to sign up ahead of time, and this is how you get placed into your division for the season. The qualifier settings are as follows. We're going to be the amazing Michelin Raceway Road Atlanta, one of my favorites. Drivers will have 20 minutes to qualify, all on track at the same time. Tire wear is set to 3x. Fuel consumption is also set to 3x. Refueling will be set to 2 liters per second. And the weather is intended to be perfect, sunny and dry. The time will be twilight. The car that they'll be using is the brand new to us Porsche 911 GT3R, the 992 generation that came out in 2022. They'll get 30 liters of initial fuel. Tuning will be on along with balance of performance. Brake balance is allowed. Every driver must be on the racing soft tire. So, man, TK's ideal conditions, yes?
Yes and no. Because of it being twilight, the track is a little cold. I came out of the pits and nearly lost it on cold tires on a cold track. So, yes, conditions are good, but it is a little chilly out there. And looking at the point scoring for pre-qualifying, yes, there are points to be had for qualifying. The top third will get 5 points. The middle third will get 3 points. And of course, the bottom third, no points. This is for the overall point standings for the entire season 7. So these points can be crucial come down to the finals. And of course, the division's top 14 drivers will be Division A, and the next 14 will be Division B per their day. And we also had some auto qualifiers when we were looking at the list for Friday. Moose actually didn't qualify to be in Division A, but because of how well he did last season, he's an auto qualifier for Division A. So we do have some auto qualifiers and some drivers who qualified earlier in the week.
Thank you so much for pointing that out, TK. I kind of forgot that that fact, and that's why I had you in the script to do this part. You know how the sorting hat works, right? And how we put people in their divisions. We appreciate you. We have a few drivers already signed up for the first split here. We're going to be looking at FAF Elzo, FAF Slowpoke Rods, FAF Wade, wow, so the whole FAF crew here, Jimmy K9, MHOP 567, NVR's Crew Lab 11, and PHG Aero, who is probably streaming over at Aero GT7, by the way. S7R's Mr. Racing 40 also will be streaming on his channel of the same name. Sheldologist is also streaming over on his channel, and Slick SHVR2, I've never known how to say his name. He's with the PHG. He'll be streaming as well over on YouTube. And then finally, Talon is qualifying in this split. Go check those drivers out if they're showing their point of view, but definitely come back here for the main stream. Well, guys, we're actually going to go right on track. The drivers are already on the track right now. Yeah, we got folks warming their tires up on an out lap. TK, you had actually mentioned exactly that it might be a little cold out there because it is twilight. So, you know, drivers will probably want to make this out lap count as far as getting those tires in the temp window. I think it might help though, right? Like, tire wears on. It's on 3X, which isn't crazy, but it is actually it's a lot, kind of.
Yeah.
So those cold temperatures will help the softs last a little bit longer. You spend a little less time in the pits over the course of 20 minutes and more time just actually making laps.
Exactly. And another thing to point out, I mean, as you go down this long straight, it's a good opportunity to warm those tires. But look at their fuel. They're only starting with a quarter tank of fuel. That's about enough for 3 laps,
That's
give
right.
or take. Maybe two and a half. And the drivers are not supposed to reset to the pit. So there is going to be a good bit of strategy. They got 20 minutes. As you can see, they just now finished their outlap with S7R's Mr. Racing Team Sector 7 on the Logitech G29 or 920. I can never tell the two apart. Last appearance, Season 6 Division B final, P3 at Monza. For his career in the NRL, 4 starts, 0 wins, 3 podiums, and 4 top 10 finishes. So Mr. Racing definitely here to get back in, perhaps up to Division A instead of Division B, and maybe get some wins.
Yeah, I hope so for him. He's a teammate of mine, so we love to see fellow S7R drivers do well on this track. I notice a lot of these drivers are staying close, probably to get the slipstream and parts of the track like this, the long
Actually,
back straight.
there
Actually,
is no slipstream in this qualifying, so it doesn't make any sense for drivers to be close to each other unless they just feel like they needed somebody to follow.
did I miss that detail somewhere? Anyway, hold on. Let's talk about Talon, and then we can talk about that because that just blew my mind. Talon's a free agent. He's not with any team. He uses Logitech Pro Wheel, and his last appearance was the final for last season, the Division A final. He finished in P9 at Daytona. In his career at NRL, he's had 17 starts, 1 win, 4 podiums, and 14 top 10. So Talon, no joke either, and just continuing to get better and better. Pretty excited to see. Obviously, I'm hoping that he stays in Division A, but we want to see where he finishes in the final.
Indeed. Well, he already put down a 117.979, so he's already off to a great start.
Up in the top half.
Currently the only driver on track with a 117. So Talon showing his stuff. He is definitely a Division A caliber driver. And I do want to point out this awesome feature we have, our picture-in-picture, showing Sheldology's stream here, letting us see his point of view in the bottom right as we still stay on board here with the front runners, FAF Wade in P3, who has slightly improved.
Yeah, Wade up to third there with a 118.4. I do think that you got to hit a 17 if you're going to be Division A for sure. That seemed to be the like that 118 flat was almost the very central split. Definitely early 118, and then that the curve could move a little bit tonight. We don't know. It could have some faster folks. We have the Division A champion from last season qualifying tonight, but of course, Wid sets the curve pretty high for Friday. He
Yeah,
qualified
he did.
first. But there's also a bottom of the curve there that can move. But I think you need that 117 for sure.
Yeah, we really do. And as we were talking there, Mr. Racing hopped into the 117 club, and just ahead of him, Slowpoke Rod's taking the lead as Arrow goes into the pits for fresh tires and perhaps a bit of fuel there.
Yes, I think that's good to see somebody already pitting because obviously they will have to pit, but if they can make the tires last, they may be able to take more than 3 laps worth of fuel, or they may decide that running on a lighter tank is more beneficial, and they'll just have to pit more often. We'll see how it plays out for most people, but Arrow, obviously lap 3, he's in there. And I think everyone else is probably going to have to do lap 4. I don't know if anyone's saved up to lap 5, and I don't see why they would.
Yeah, looking through the field, everybody's in that flashing red territory. Let's see if Jimmy comes in the pits. Sure enough, I hate this pit entry.
It's the worst. Oh my gosh. Let's see how Jimmy K9 does it. He's with Team Full Acceleration Force. That's not what I call him, but I can't say that on stream. He also races with a Logitech Pro Wheel. His last appearance was Season 1, Round 2, and he did not finish, unfortunately. That was in the Grand Valley South reverse race, which is so much fun. He's had 2 starts with NRL, 0 wins, 0 podiums, and 1 top 10 finish. Glad to see Jimmy trying to make it back, and hopefully we'll be able to see some more races because, I mean, the FAF crew is awesome, and they are
Mm.
very quick, which is why I call them something else.
Indeed, yeah.
Moving
And
it,
it's no surprise they're all in here together. They like to run together. They practice together. They show up together. It's a tight knit team.
it is, but they can't get Slipstream together. TK, first of all,
Yeah,
how did you know this and I missed it? I thought I
because
poured through the documents in my
we
uh-huh.
I know it because Toon did the same thing last night, and I was watching the stream last night. So, and then I read back through our chat here, and I see where McNaughty pointed out
All right,
to Toon.
you did more
So,
studying than I did. That's fine.
that-
That's fine. That is amazing. So, I mean, Road Atlanta is a track where you love the slip, but you hate the slip, right? Because the certainly that first chicane, like turn 2 into 3, and then the S's are horrendous in dirty air. But hitting that back straight, that front straight, as long as you can survive that scary last corner, the slipstream is absolutely your friend around here. So not having it is a diabolical move by McNaughty.
Mhm. It
Lots of
is.
pit stops here.
Yeah. It makes it interesting. With the benefit of no slip is no dirty air.
That's
So
true.
if you are behind somebody, it's not gonna ruin your race, as especially going through sector 1, right? With the S's there, trying to follow somebody through that is terrible. So there are some pros, but I would say it's bigger con than pro not having the slip for sure, especially on that long back straight, like you had pointed out.
I agree, and we just missed Arrow's card there. But did you want to go back to that McNaughty and maybe we can shout out our buddy here?
I actually got to meet Arrow in person. He
Yeah.
is a super cool guy. I got to camp with him for 4 days at the 24 Hours of Daytona. He's a fellow teammate of mine, Papa's House of Game. Season 6, Division B was his last appearance, and he finished P9 at Monza. 20 career starts here in the NRL, 0 wins, 0 podiums, 18 top 10. So he is a seasoned veteran here of the NRL.
Yep, consistently up there. That is awesome that you guys got to camp together at Daytona. That's pretty sick there. Um, let's see. Have we had any changes up front? Mr. Racing has taken the absolute lead with a 117.8. Wade is up there now in the 117 club with a .893. Slowpoke Rods is still up there, top 3 so far, but it's still early. Yeah, we've been looking at M-Hop, by the way, M-Hop 567 here, who's sitting in 10th right now. He's a free agent, uses a Logitech Pro wheel, and last appearance was Season 5, Saturday pre-qualifying in Q9. So that was a little while ago. Glad to see them back. I keep saying him. I don't know who that is, so I apologize, M-Hop. Ooh, that looked like a lot of curve, but it worked out. Okay, cool. I thought there was a little bit of a slide there.
There's one thing about this car. I don't know if you've driven it much, Tati. I'm using it currently in the IRO Sector 7 Sprint Championship that they're doing. And it is a great car. Super, super stable. A little bit more understeer than the previous generation of 911 that we have in the game. But as far as, I mean, it's a planted car. You really have to work to get it out of control. So you can tell when those drivers have those little snaps and slips, they are pushing it to the absolute limit.
Yeah, absolutely. We're looking at FAF Elzo, whose livery, by the way, is crazy. That is nice. Anyway, Elzo is obviously with full acceleration force. He drives with an automatic transmission, and I'll tell you why that's interesting. This is their NRL debut. Look at this livery. Are those BBS RSs? Are those Super RSs? My favorite of all time, Elzo. Yes. Taste. You know what I mean?
Very nice.
Driving an automatic is wild. Mind you, I haven't tried it in GT7. I'm not gonna lie, but you get just a little less control over your gearing, and like
Yeah.
there's no way to like downshift to first to or even second sometimes to get some extra engine braking or to time it. It can be a limitation, but I know
Mhm.
why a lot of people use it.
Yeah, especially if you're on controller, I really understand it because uh, I can't drive manual on controller. I've tried, and there's something my brain just won't do some things, and that's one of the things my brain won't do. I have no problem when I'm paddle shifting or driving a real car manual transmission, but on a controller, it's just not for me.
What do you
Uh,
use for the throttle on controller? Are you a triggers or are you a joystick person?
a trigger. I'm definitely a
Okay,
trigger.
okay.
Yeah. But I don't do it much. It's usually when I'm doing some type of broadcasting and I need to just get on track real quick,
Yep.
and I always fail. And this is a Slick SHVR2. One of my teammates in the endurance sprint championship that we're doing. Me and him both raced a couple weeks ago at Red Bull Ring. He's part of Papa's House of Game, and he uses 0 assists. But I'm seeing a red exclamation point down there, which indicates he's using some kind of assist.
Yep.
He's
Countersteer.
counter steer, which kind of makes sense at this track in this car. He does use VR exclusively, so this is the view he is seeing right now, which is very cool, and a great graffiti livery there.
Yeah, that livery is awesome as well. Driving in this place in the VR has got to be amazing, I would
hmm
imagine. Yeah.
Yeah, you feel the elevation changes. You really do. Like I have VR. I'm slow in it, so I don't use it very often. I use it when I'm playing like single player or just messing around. Um,
Yep.
but when you come over the hill, you
Stomach
come
drop.
out of your seat because you're trying to see over
Oof.
what you're doing. So you really do get very involved. And Talon just went up to P3 as well. So Talon leapfrogging slowpoke rods right there, trying to
Yeah.
cement himself in that Division A. It would
Got
be
a 924
crazy to
on
think
mine.
Talon in Division B. That's just unheard of.
Well, I mean, last season had surprises too, as we recall. Um, with it was just so tight, just like this
Yep.
season, it looks like it is. It was so tight that you had some folks you would have never expected to be in Division B, and that made the Division B racing so
Yeah.
excited as well. It just had a lot of talent all around last season. We're looking at Sheldologist here, long time driver in the community, but I'm surprised that doesn't have as many starts in NRL as I would expect.
hmm
Sheldologist with Papa's House of Game, aka PHG, used the Fanatec DD Plus. Last appearance was last season in round 3, and he got P1 at the 24 hours of Le Mans, so layout rather. So Sheldologist pretty quick. He's got 6 NRL starts, 2 wins, 3 podiums, and 5 top 10s. So when Sheldy is here, they're very, very successful.
Well, if you remember, he was set to win Division B, but
Yeah.
instead he went and vacationed in Cancun and
Oh,
let Corridor win it. I mean, what a jerk.
can cook.
And also, Sheldo has been on the Dumb Guys Do Racing podcast as well. It's a great episode. He kind of started off with all the secondhand sim stuff, and you get into it cheap, and then the next thing you know, you're spending big dollars. So he's on that DD Plus now, and has fully gone down the rabbit hole.
2 things. We're trying to figure out how Cancun is better than the seat of your racing rig, and 2, I call it Sheldy, and it's definitely Sheldo if you're going to shorten it, but I might keep it. It sounds
Yeah, I like
like
Sheldy. Yeah, I like it. And he's
okay.
actually, spoiler alert, he's going to join us after this round, so we can make sure it's okay with him.
Hey, nice, awesome. Well, Wade jumping into the pits now, so far sitting in second with a 117.881. That feels, T-Case, like still not quite enough. Like
Yeah.
I'm talking about, if you gotta get in Division A, you might want to be in the mids, right? It needs to be a 17.5, I think.
Yeah, and I'm just looking at the drivers that are in the Saturday running, like we got two more splits of qualifying after this, and we're definitely going to see some of those WID type numbers. We got a Jorge Senior, some of those guys coming in and can definitely disrupt things. We still got about 4 minutes left. Drivers on their outlap, Mr. Racing going to try to put down a time here under a quarter of a tank.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Let's stay with him here. He's going through turn 1 right now. We'll go through a lap at Road Atlanta here. That's turn 2 and 3. Quick left, right. Very easy to catch a penalty on the right-hand side there. These are S's. Can we take a flat on the car and the weight and everything? And then you're looking into turn, I think that's 7 right there, maybe 8. As you head into the long, very fast section of this track. Into turn 8 and then 9. Two right-handers, but very different right-handers. Got to really woe it up for this one. Careful on the exit. Use all of the track because this is the longest straight. You want to get all the acceleration out of it that you can. And Mr. Racing actually did that really, really well. I just learned something. Gonna try it next time. Anyway, Mr. Racing down into the kink, still keeping it flat here, and then you're gonna break it about the first sign here, maybe a little bit later. Yeah, actually, it breaks a lot later there into this final chicane. Careful on the throttle up here, straighten out the car as much as possible. And he's, oh gosh, I thought he was gonna jump into the pits, but he was just cutting the heck out of that track, trying to minimize the amount of time he has to travel, and in the last corner does not improve his time. In fact, about 4/10 slow on it, but he's going to be able to go another round, another lap with fresh tires and less fuel in the car. But I think that track is starting to get cold. I think that it's going to be hard to keep going faster. But as I said, that Wade goes purple. So what do I know?
Right? We know nothing.
We know nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Fully Jon Snow. Just don't listen to me ever again. Ooh, we got a nice VO in the picture on the bottom right there. If anyone is curious to know what that final chicane looks like. Ooh, TK, do you know what that corner used to look like before it was a chicane?
No, I don't.
I can't remember what it was called. Okay, but it used to be an absolute plunge into the abyss.
Oh,
and then just to shoot straight up. It did still curve to the right to get you back into turn 11 there, into the final corner. But it was a roller coaster, like a literal huge dip underneath the bridge there, and then back up. And the reason they changed it is because in the GTP era, the Group B era in the 80s, the cars had started getting so fast and so planted due to just like downforce that they'd get to the bottom of that hill and it almost just kind of slammed them. Like you just had to be brave to go through there flat out like you wanted to. And so they put in the chicane to make it safer. Find on YouTube like Old Road Atlanta or something like that. It is mind-blowing, and it almost makes you wish that cars were slower because you're like, this was better.
Yeah, I mean, that's the challenge with technology is so many racetracks have been changed like that. Like you think about Spa and how they've had to change Eau Rouge multiple times just because the cars get better and you just, they have to make it safe. Or they, like we're seeing in F1, they introduce regulations to slow the cars down.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the Spa's a great example because I think the bus stop chicane was probably better when it was actually a bus stop chicane.
Right.
Yeah, these cars were approaching like faster. That's a hairpin. Maybe we should slow them down sooner. You know what I mean?
That's just a thought.
Just a thought. They got to make a U-turn here. Let's help them. Slowpoke down to 5th place, still in the 17 club, but I'm sure they want to improve. They've been sitting on that 17.959 for. Oh, well, that was actually it. That was the final lap.
Spins.
Jimmy, and going backwards, that's when you just like let go.
Into the pit.
Oh man. Our favorite pit entry, right? I've never seen anything like this before. Auto Drive has got to do something about it.
Oh my god.
There it is. That's the replay. Just gets to the grass in that final corner. Yep, just under the bridge. That left wheel in the grass will do it every single time, won't it?
It will, and it's so easy to do.
It is
So easy to
because
do.
you're trying to straighten that section out so much that you kind of drive straight at the grass for a good minute, and then or a good minute, a good second, and then you try to turn right before you really get to the crest. But if you misjudge it, you get a little more understeer than you expected, and you hit the wheel in it. That is almost game over. It's very hard to save. It's very hard to save. So let's talk about our finishing order here. We have Mr. Racing up front, Wade in second place, and then Talon in third. Slick in fourth place here. I should probably start reading their times, but all those guys have 17, 8, 4, 17, 9. In fifth place, you're looking at FAF Slowpoke Rods with a 117.759 or 1.959. And sixth, Sheldologist with a 117.984. NVR Crew Lop 7 with a 118.343. In eighth place, I've got FAF Jimmy K9 with a 118.347. You know what? We're actually going to see the full results later. I don't know why I'm reading this now.
Because it's something to do.
It's something to do. I was just like looking, and I probably should have just read that to myself in my head as I riffed some, but here we are. That's the end of the first split for us here. We're just gonna let let the drivers get back into the pits and then see those full results here sooner than later. I love this track
Whew.
so much. TK,
Yeah.
is this like one of your favorites as well?
It is, and you know, it's funny. I grew up maybe 45 minutes from this track. Never been to
Mhm.
it. Never been to it. I wish I would have or can go in the future. I definitely can go in the future. I just got to make it
Yeah,
happen. But
it's
it's
time.
such a good track, and it looks like a chicken wing, and I love chicken wings.
Ah,
Um, I mean, it's
it's more
everything.
like a drumstick for me.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
Well, yeah. The
turkey leg.
yeah, exactly. The
You know
leg
what? You should
portion.
absolutely come. It is a brilliant track to be at. It is huge. That back
Mhm.
straight and all that. Yeah, trying to walk that is not fun. Bring a bike, bring a scooter, whatever you got to do. Going up the hill, from that final chicane and down. Walking up, it's not fun. Okay, nor is doing it in a small four-cylinder old car. Anyway, TKs, do me a favor. Please read the final results for this split.
Absolutely. We got with the fastest lap of the session, S7R's Mr. Racing, they 117.819. Then 0.002 seconds behind is FAF Wade with a 117.821. Then we have Talon, who unfortunately picked up a penalty on his final lap. Um, Only able to do a 117.924. Just behind him is PHG's Slick SHVR2 with a 117.929. P5 FAF Slowpoke Rods, the 117.959. This is so tight. PHG Shelldologist with a 117.984. NVR Crew Lob with a 118.343. Then we have FAF's Jimmy K9 with a 118.347. In P9, we have Mr. Arrow, PHG Arrow, with a 118.721. Then we have M Hop with a 118.942. And rounding out the first qualifying session, FAF Elzo, the 119.089.
I think that's our first 119 that we've seen between the two
Mm-hmm.
nights. So that's a 119 flat. We'll see where that falls, of course. That was a good split, a couple of spins, but I think for the most part it was incident free. I think everyone stayed pretty
Yeah.
consistent. Yeah.
We saw that
Uh,
that little wild spin from Jimmy there at the end, but overall it was a very solid session.
That's right. Not easy to do around this track. Every
No.
corner is different. Man, she's kind of mean. Like even the two
Yeah.
corners that look the same are like not at all the same at all.
At all. I would say it's rude. It's a rude track.
Yeah, it's a little, like who raised you? You know what I mean? Like
Exactly.
who? Anyway, we're gonna take a break, guys, and let you refresh yourself because we have two more splits of qualifying coming up. Very excited about the next one. We'll be back in just a few minutes. So you're back for another round. Well, we won't disappoint you because we do have a second round of drivers ready to fight for their place in either Division A or B for the upcoming season. TK, would you please honor us again by reading this split's drivers?
Absolutely. Let's take a look at who we got here. Split number 2 for Saturday qualifying. Going to be a good list of top-notch drivers, but before that, let's look at the round info real quick. Same as last round, same as last night. We are at Road Atlanta, the Michelin Raceway, in the new Porsche 911 GT3R 992. Time limit 20 minutes. Tire wear times 3. Fuel consumption also times 3. Refueling rate 2 liters per second. And the weather is SO1, which means sunny and dry. But it is at twilight. We pointed this out in the last session. A little bit cooler temperatures out there, but it does look beautiful. As far as the settings go, they'll have an initial fuel of 30 liters. BOP will be on. Brake balance allowed. Available tires and required tires are the racing softs. And then, of course, the points, the sorting hat, as Tati likes to put it. The top third will get 5 points. The middle third will get 3 points. And the bottom third, 0 points. These will come into effect later on in the season. So don't think that just getting into the division is all that you need. These points will matter. Top 14 drivers will be in Division A. The next 14 will be in Division B.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the sorting hat is the best way to put it. I will
Yeah.
read this part because you so valiantly read like 5 cards there. We appreciate you. In this particular split, we've got Caper, who's a free agent. We got Cole Trickle racing for FAF. Elmore, another free agent here. Island Grown 777, also a free agent. And then Papa, the Papa of Papa's House of Game. Hello. PDX Roland races for PDX team, and then we've got the PHG Josh Moment. So in the split with the boss, don't do something crazy, Josh. Shadow Chef is a free agent. He's in here, and then we got Stumpy, who's with Johnny's Car Care and Reviews. Okay, Stumpy. And then the Kai is back, a very quick free agent in the room today. So TK, this split has some interesting characters in it, yeah.
It really does. It really does. I mean, a good mix. I mean, most of or all these drivers I'm very familiar with from either being teammates with them or previous seasons. So I expect quite a bit out of these guys. I know Papa got on early this morning. He's been running laps all morning long. I woke up and saw that he was running laps. So I was like, okay, here we go. Taking it serious.
Wow. Yeah, well, hopefully they've gotten even more practice since then. Since you mentioned knowing these drivers so well, why don't you go ahead and put some friendships on the line? Give me your predictions for top three in this split.
Top. Oh man. Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
The
Mm-hmm.
Kai,
Okay.
Caper,
Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Josh Moment.
The Kai Caper
Oh no.
Josh
Sorry,
did
Josh.
qualify
Yeah,
earlier.
he qualified earlier, so that doesn't count because I'm looking here. So the Kai, Caper. Oh, it's hard. Um, Cole Trickle if he can keep it together.
Okay, got it. Yeah, quick drivers for sure. Josh Moment qualified with a 117.749
Yeah, sounds
mileage.
about
So
right.
definitely would have been up there very quick. And actually we did have a 119 in the pre-qualifiers, is a 119.092 with ice water. So that like I said, there's the bottom of the bell there. We'll see where they end up here. Yeah, but anyway, thank you for making those predictions. Personally, I'm not worried about the performance of any of the drivers because everyone is quick. So that's why I'm
Hmm.
basically going to base my support on how much I like their livery. Okay. I'm
And
Team
that's how it
Elzo
should
so
be.
far. That's how it should be. Exactly. Exactly. It's a fashion costume, competition rather. Anyway, I think it's time to get on track. Unless we need to give the driver some time to warm their engines up properly.
No, it looks like they are about to make their way out there. It's going to be interesting to see. I mean, we saw how the fuel plays a big role in the order in which you get laps done. And then we saw some spins. We saw some drivers pushing it to the absolute limit.
As we should.
And yeah, it's going to be an interesting one now that PDX Roland gets on the track.
Yeah, we'll see Roland and of course everyone else do what they can do out here. What's your philosophy on like sim racing qualifying, right? Like on the one hand, if you push it a little too hard and crash it, you don't have to worry about mechanics putting the car back together. There's no insurance concerns. There's no concern with parts, right? You just hit reset. Um, on the other hand, obviously, the more times you reset, the less time you get to actually put in a lap. Are you somebody who wants, maximum time on track, or are you, I'm just going to push it until I find that one magic lap?
Yes. I'm a do whatever it takes to get it done. I hate qualifying with a passion. I hate running laps. I don't like time trial. I like to race, and that's it. But obviously, to get better, you need to run laps, and to obviously start on the race, you need to qualify well. So it's not my forte, and I'm also one of those guys that my qualifying and my race pace are about the same. I don't understand how people either reduce their pace for the race and give more for qualifying, or vice versa. Whatever it is that they do, I am not one of those people. So for me, I just do whatever's working, and I go with that.
Gotcha. I feel it. Yeah, I can see how that works. I definitely have a different pace race pace versus quality, but let's
Must be
talk about
nice.
Elmore here. Elmore is a free agent. He's racing with a Fanatec DD Pro. Got 9 starts in NRL, 0 wins, 0 podiums, but 6 top 10s in those 9 starts. You can find him on YouTube at Felmora if you want to watch his POV here. I think I'm a decent fit for myself with qualifying 2 days. I love lapping and getting better and better, so I don't mind qualifying, but I want to get like a couple of bankers in,
Hmm.
and then I'm kind of pushing it. The only time I won't push it is if I was messing up, with my early ones. But my philosophy is start at 70%, then go
Right.
80, 85, 90, right? And then once I've hit like 100 or what I think is 100, um, I'm like, all right, let's see if we can do something crazy that actually works. Why not?
Woo! And the Kai across the line with a 17.3. I nailed that prediction.
Yeah, yeah. So far, that's the benchmark in this split thus far. And yeah, Cole Trickle comes. Oh well, that's not even close. So we're just gonna wait. Some people still have yet to finish their first good lap. Honestly, still getting some worth into those tires. But the guy out the gate
Wow.
with a 17.3.
That is.
Let's talk about the guy. Let's learn about the guy. Crazy guy. His last appearance was in the Division A final of last season. He got P7 in that final. He's had 8 starts for the NRL, 1 win, 2 podiums, and 8 top 10s. And as I recall, I think a lot of times there was an incident or something that kept the guy from doing better. It's not for pace, as you
Yeah, indeed. There always seemed to be something going on. And to be fair, he is across the pond, quite different time of day. In fact, it's not even day where he is. So there are some things going on, but we can see him dipping into the pits, gonna get some fresh rubber, maybe a splash of fuel. And it looks like Felmora now has moved up ahead of Cole Trickle there with a 118.041.
Yeah,
Cole,
so
Cole,
far,
of course, in the mellow yellow mobile.
call me mellow yellow. He jumps up to the 117 club, so 2 so far. The 117.9. Felmora's not far with a 118 flat. I expect that everyone will just continue to get faster, and that includes Cole. He races for FAF. He's from Canada and races with a Logitech Pro wheel. And this is, surprisingly, Cole's NRL debut.
I believe it's pronounced Canada. I could be mistaken.
Yes. No, I apologize. I'm uncultured. It is Canada. Thank you for reminding me. I'm from the South. We don't really canoodle with Canadians. very
we don't
often.
we don't get up there very often.
We don't get up there very often.
Hilarious.
Oh
Yes.
man, a
So,
moment there in turn 8. I gotta grab a track map because I don't know why I don't remember this about my favorite track. But hit the wheel there. I think that's gonna definitely compromise his top speed on this back straight here.
yeah, it really does. You have to maximize, and it's a double right-hander, right? You got the, slightly quicker right-hander, and then you really got to get it slowed down for that hard right-hander, 90 degrees, maybe a little more than 90 degrees. Um, and
It's
then
slightly a little. I think it is a little acute. Just like
yes,
very
acute. There we go.
acute.
Geometry. I went to school, and yeah, having that long straight there, you really got to get it right, and that's an easy spot to spin it, honestly, because you're slowing down so much and getting on the throttle. As we look at Island Grown, we had his stream up earlier. There it is, so you can see his point of view as well. He is a free agent. Last appearance, season 6, round 3, P7 at Nürburgring Endurance. Very impressive. 12 starts, 0 wins, 1 podium, 10 top 10 finishes. And as you see there, Island Grown 777 on the YouTubes.
Yes, Island Grown been around for a good while. 12 starts in NRL. Now consider there are 4 rounds each season, basically. Round 3 main rounds, and then the final. So that's Island Grown having done at least 3 seasons worth of NRL with us here. And I hope that we, in the picture-in-picture or somewhere else, I hope that we get another glimpse of somebody going through the S's in this like mid-camp look, because watching Island Grown's POV through there, you just get a sense of how fast it is. It's so quick through there.
It really is. It really is. And it's such a, you don't want to lift. You want to keep it pinned, but if you don't get the line just right, you're becoming a lawnmower.
Yes.
Tricky to
High
do.
risk, high reward through there for sure. Nothing wrong with taking a slight lift, or I almost don't even want to call it a lift. Like it almost feels like you just put a little less weight on your big toe. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
To turn through there, but if you get it wrong, you take a little too much curve, or you just get a little too brave. It's a long ride down through the grass there, and then dirty tires for the crucial left-hander after it. You just don't want to get it wrong. We're with Papa, the Papa. Yes,
The proprietor.
The proprietor of Papa's House of Game. Through the S's here. Yes.
Perfect.
On it, pinned, baby, and then a flick to the left. Careful on the throttle here, but you want to use as much of the track as possible. Well done. Well executed by Papa. He's on his CSL DD, of course, for that nice weighted steering feel. His last appearance was season 5, round 3, and he did not finish. In his career with NRL, he's at 12 starts, 2 wins, 3 podiums, and 10 top 10s. Good to see you back, Papa.
Indeed, and I know he was really wanting to get to Division A, so he's got some work to put ahead of him. But speaking of PHG, we're joined now in the booth by PHG Sheldologist. Sheldo, great qualifying. How you doing?
I'm doing excellent. Yourself?
Doing good, doing good.
Tati?
Hey,
Good to see you.
Sheldy. Can I call you Sheldy?
Of course.
Of course, there we go. I told you he wouldn't mind. Sheldy, tell us about your qualifying experience.
So it was qualifying. I finished off right about where I thought I would finish off. So many quick drivers. That lobby is super fast and tight. You look at top 6 is spread between 0.16 of a second.
Yeah.
So that just says the level of competition we have here in the NRL.
It really does. What do you think here about the Kai's banker lap being a 117.390?
That'll do, and that makes me happy that there was 5 people in front of me in my split. So and then with Jorge and Bobagito coming up still as well, or that we haven't seen their times yet as well. It's going to be an interesting fight in the top of A division here on Saturday NRL.
Indeed, yeah. Obviously, Jorge Senior made a splash last season, and we'll see what he has. He's fine. He's just fine. We saw there Stumpy. I didn't realize Stumpy was part of JCCR, which means he's going to have a dope livery, most likely created by Philnish GT. If y'all haven't seen Philnish GT, he does a great job. Here we see Stumpy's driver card. Johnny's Car Care and Reviews. I never knew what JCCR stood for. Now I know. Logitech G923. Last appearance, Season 6, Division B. Final, P14 at Monza. 10 starts, 0 wins, 2 podiums, and 6 top 10. So you can see there, I also have a Porsche designed by Philnish GT. And, I mean, you can just tell that boy knows how to do colors.
Yeah, I think I need one because right now I'm Team Stumpy. So far, from what we've seen, like I said, delivery is how I'm gonna put my support behind people. Shelby, do you like it around here? Is this
this is one of my favorite tracks. Like, it's the rhythm, the flow, the blind corners coming up the hill into turn. I guess it'd be turn 2. The coming through, as we're watching here, Stumpy coming through the S's and onto the left-hander. I guess I'm watching the stream as well. Onto the back street now, Stumpy is looking good. I believe he's going to be up a little bit on his time. But the flow of it, the challenge, knowing that, especially coming into turn 1, when you get your slip angle just right and you are full throttle coming up the hill, hoping those tires are going to grip, open up the steering wheel a little bit to prevent the understeer, and coming up over top of that crest is just one of the best turns in the game.
I agree. Turn 1 into 2 and 3, like, what I like about them is that I have anxiety every time, like every time, and it's not like a crippling anxiety. It's not I hate this corner, but it's definitely am I gonna get this one right type of moment every single time, and I enjoy that because getting it right is so satisfying.
It's a dance. It really, the first sector is 100% a dance. Your feet are moving, your arms are moving. It's, that's what main reason I always love road cars is you dance with the road cars. A lot of time with these planted downforce GT3s, it's less of a dance and more of a point and shoot. But at this track, you definitely get to dance, especially in that first sector.
Yeah, the thing about
right, that first sector in street cars on street tires is a whole new experience, and it's a damn good time.
It is.
And the thing about the GT or the GT3 the new 992 here is it really rewards a soft touch, not overplaying the wheel, not being too aggressive on the brake release. It's a very easy car to drive, I want to say, but to drive it on the limit is very hard.
Yes.
Oh, Filmora with a half-second penalty there on what probably was a good lap, but they will have to serve that coming up right here on the front straight. So far, the Kai still holds on to that very top time with a 117.3. Roland, I think, has scooted up a little bit with a 117.8. I believe we were looking at 117.9 for second place a moment ago. So some folks getting a little bit quicker, but we're starting to run out of time here. About 6 minutes left in the qualifying session.
Indeed, and Papa on his outlap going through that first sector. I was on board with the Kai earlier. He was purple through the second sector, but by the time he got to the end of the straight, he had dropped his time there and has now dived.
Divin, I believe it's Divin.
He divin into the pits. He is from the UK, not Canada, so it's all good.
It's all right. That's how they pronounce it there.
Definitely, especially in Canada.
I haven't had the pleasure of
Yeah.
visiting Canada. You know what? I didn't even notice Papa's livery is fire too, and
Oh
honestly,
yeah.
could be used as weaponry in some of the daytime races, right? Maybe just keep that chrome mirror finish theme going,
Yeah,
and
when it's
anybody who
sunny,
follows you, right.
especially if you're in VR, that is one of the things in VR. And if you listen to the Dumb Guys Do Racing podcast, check them out, one of our sponsors. They will talk about how light and all that really affects you differently when you're sucked in there. But that is a beautiful chromed out livery.
It is. And I have personal correspondence with the Kaz, and we still, after I've been asking since GT2, right? Like, can you please put smokescreen in the game? And he refuses. Chrome
Mm,
liveries are the new smokescreen,
the new
basically.
smoke screen. I
That's
like
right.
it.
That's right. Until we get him officially in the game, that is. Ooh, Island Chrome pops up into the 17s with a
Woo!
8.5. Because I don't think he was there yet. He wasn't. So Island Grown has got that lap that he must have been looking for, and here we are with his POV as he heads into yet another lap into that set of turns that we love so much, right? That's turn 2 into 3. Looks kind of weird from this view, but so fast and flowing. Look at him through there. I'm looking at the picture on the bottom
Right?
right. This track is so great, man.
You can see his fingers, moving. He's flipping the gears. He's turning left and right. And Papa improving. Well done, P6.
Yeah, way to
PSU
go,
Papa.
Papa. Way to go, Papa. Anyway, where was I? Where were
PDX
we?
Roland. I obviously the PDX crew are the crew that do the Dumb Guys Do Racing podcast, as you can see on the side of his vehicle. But I'm not familiar with Roland, but he's spoiling my predictions by being up in P2 like that. But you know what? I don't mind. I'm okay with it.
I believe Roland is a recent addition to the PDX crew. He is in VR as well.
Of course.
I remember Roland from some dailies. Very honorable racer. As he comes in here to start his hot lap. Let's see how he takes his first corner.
Yeah,
Tucking a little bit to the left.
Yeah, he hits the apex
for perfect. Yeah. And coming up to the top of the hill with the blind braking point. As he comes through here through the S's, it's so important to try and keep your tires as quiet as possible. So any little sound through here, you're going to be scrubbing speed.
Hear a little bit of squeal there, but
a little bit wide, should be okay without penalty.
Did you find?
No, he did get it.
I was gonna say, did you find track limits to be an issue out there, Sheldo?
No, I don't typically here. The only spot I have trouble with, if I do have trouble, is where Roland just took his pen. It's kind of PD being PD, where you could be perfectly fine one lap and you think you do the exact same thing the next lap and you're a pixel off and there's a half second, right?
Yeah.
Yep. And it's just another part of the track where you're trying to exploit the width of the track as much as possible and extract as much acceleration out there as you can. And as he did that, actually, even wide, I just noticed how ridiculously planted the rear end of this thing is. I mean, he got on the throttle with no drama there, even as far over as he was, which can be a little bit dirty. I hope these drivers are savoring this as we come to the end of qualifying here, because this is probably the easiest car McNaughty will give them tonight. Like, this is it. Like, get now, baby.
I kept thinking, what's the catch when we were practicing? Like, what is the catch here? And then he dropped his 15 times tire wear in the Lamborghini road car.
Yeah, buddy.
Yep.
I can't wait to see. For those who don't know, stick around to the end. We have one more qualifying session after this. And then the reveal for Saturday will be here. And based on Friday, I cannot wait to see what McNaughty has in store for y'all. It's going to be fantastic, as we're about 30 seconds to the end of the officially timed qualifying. So depending on where these drivers are will determine how many more laps they get.
This should be the Kai's. He should get another lap. It'll be very, very close. No, he won't.
Yeah, hasn't come close to improving. Looking at his little time tree here,
Oh, that's too
made a
bad.
17.6 at one point, and maybe he's got something quicker down below. But that 17.3 was inspired by something, and he just didn't find it again. That was very early on that he dropped it. Hey, Mike Green Studio Works. In the comments, somebody asked when the race will start. There will be no race tonight. This is just qualifying. It's a pre-qualifying for the NRL season. We got 4 rounds of racing coming up, and then 2 divisional finals. Right now, we're just trying to sort folks into the appropriate divisions.
Cole
Oh,
had
I
a
think
penalty on
Cole.
this lap, so
Mm.
Okay.
he will not improve.
Here comes Paper. Sitting last right now. Won't improve either. 0.003 off of an improvement. Papa will also not improve final time past the start finish. And then we've got that's Roland up there and Stumpy who have yet to finish. Roland, of course, for the 17.829. I'm sure that he wants to improve that. Will he be able
Yeah, he's
to?
out of gas.
Yeah, he just slowed way down. Stumpy improves not position but time, but we'll stick to 7th place so far in the split here. And I know the placements don't matter here because this is just setting a time, but it's nice to kind of gauge where you are in your room, right?
Absolutely.
TK, do you mind reading off these results for us?
I would love to because someone absolutely dominated this session. The Kai, where's Flawed when you need him? Flawed would be losing his mind right now. A 117.390. Well done, the Kai. PDX Roland making his debut here with a 117.829. Very nicely done. Followed by Island Grown. I mean, just barely P3 with a 117.835. To be fair, I was going to say Island over Cole, but then I changed my mind, so I was kind of close. Then we have Cole Trickle with a 117.995. Then Felmora with a 118.041. Very close again. Wow. Then we have PhD Papa, the proprietor, with a 118.464. Then just behind there, we have Stumpy with a 118.497. PhD's Caper with a 118.732. And PhD Slick VR, which unfortunately I did see at the beginning of the session, he did have a disconnect. So I'm not sure what happened there, but unfortunate to lose Slick on that one.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I missed it
Slick
too.
was actually in my split.
Oh, he was. I was going to
Ah,
say, I was like, didn't we already talk about him?
I thought so too. I thought so too. Okay, so he just stayed a little bit longer.
Shows how much we pay attention.
Yeah, we're so on top of it. Guys, that's just the second of 3 splits of qualifying here. But Sheldologist, are you staying with us for the third, or are you just here for the second?
Whatever you guys need, but I believe that is my time. So I do appreciate you guys. I appreciate McNaughty throwing this all on, and have a good day, everybody, and good luck to the drivers.
Shelby, you too. We definitely appreciate you coming in and giving us some insight, having been on track yourself, and good luck this season.
Thank you.
Later, bud.
Later.
All right, folks. And with that, we're going to let all of you take a break. Don't forget to come back. Again, we have a third split of drivers, some of the very fastest, and then we get to reveal the first round of the season soon. So we'll see you in just a few minutes, okay? We're back. Hope you all are making good use of these breaks because we have, you guessed it, another split of qualifiers here. This will be our third and final split today. And T Case, I'm gonna actually let you do the butchering of the names this time around.
Oh, thank you.
Please read who's coming in for split three.
Yeah, I will do my best. Reading is not my forte, but I did go to school, and we'll see how that affects anything. But before that, let me tell you about the race, or the quali. We got the pre-qualifying info here. Again, we are at Michelin Raceway Road, Atlanta, the chicken leg, if you will, and we are in the Porsche 911 GT3 R992. That one was produced in 2022, so fairly new. And then we have our qualifying settings, 20 minutes, a long qualifying, but that is to do with the 3 times tire wear, 3 times fuel, and the 2 liters per second fuel refilling rate. The weather is sunny and dry, but it is at twilight, so a bit cooler track temperatures. The initial fuel, they will only start with 30 liters, which is about a quarter of a tank. So strategy does come into play when it comes to fuel. BOP is on and brake bias is allowed. And the drivers will all be on the racing softs. That is the only tire available, and that is the tire required. And then, of course, our sorting hat of points. The top third will get 5 points. The middle third will get 3 points, and the bottom third will get no points. Those points will come into play later on in the season. As we mentioned at the beginning of the stream, McNaughty has added a 4th round before the finals, so these points really are going to matter. And then, of course, our divisions are going to be split up per day. The top 14 drivers of Saturday will be in Division A, and the next 14 drivers will be in Division B. Everyone else, unfortunately, will get fortunate for them, they will get their money back. But however, they will not be able to continue in the NRL Season 7. And then as we look at our driver lineup, we have BHR's Johnny Boy. You can find him on YouTube, BHR Johnny Boy. Then we have Cotton Ballistics, that is part of the MMR, the Moose Mafia Racing. Digital Relay, part of Sector 7. You can find him on the YouTubes at Digital Relay. And I'm going to have to do it, y'all. I'm sorry. Horn of Plenty, Horn of Plenty, Horn of Plenty. My boy Horn, part of Papa's House of Games. You can find him on YouTube, Horn of Plenty 2629. Then PHG and dominant performer Jorge Sr. looking to see what time he puts down in comparison to the Kai and Wid. Then we have Magoo, who is part of the Infinite. I can't read that. Infinite Octane Racing. The C and the T look like a D on my screen. Infinite Octane Racing. Then we have Nuke, Sector 7, great racer, and you can find him on YouTube, Sector 7 Racing. Old Man Pip, part of the Beehive community. Pelias Pangolin, their Smurf. And and you can find him on YouTube at Pelias Pangolin. PHG Amarillo Dash, I like that. PHG Ecstasy, you can also find him on YouTube. RTR Stamps. Then we have S-Folk Drums, SFO Oak Drum W, sure. And then we have Wicked.
Thank you so much for that. I'm really, really glad that I had you do that, because I couldn't have pronounced them any better myself. So there are some real heavy hitters in this room. I do want to mention that we have a couple of other drivers who've already dropped 117s who probably would be in this session but are not. So we have Bobajito with a 117.746. We'd already called out Josh Moment, who's with a 117.749, so actually a little slower than Bobagito there. And then Kay Naranjo also qualified with a 117.573. So we're going to be looking for drivers like Jorge to get into at least the mid 17s, because again, we've got Naranjo made a statement there with that 17.5, and we've got the Kai who got the 17.3 just this last split. So some quick folks have already dropped the time. We just won't
Indeed.
get to see it.
And it's no surprise. I mean, Kay Naranjo, aka Oak, part of Moose Mafia, he's a solid racer. Never surprised when he puts down a time like that.
No, not surprised at all. Ooh, look.
One of these things is not like the other.
I was gonna say, I was like, that's not the truth serum. That's Jorge. Jorge is the Division A champion of last season. I mean, you know, if you're back, it's because you're trying to do it again, right? You're defending, right? If you don't care, you don't come back. Clearly, Jorge cares, so I know he's gonna do a lot this time around. So Jorge drives for Papa's House of Game. Drives a Fanatec DD Pro, and his last appearance was obviously last season, the Division A final, and he got P1. That was at Daytona. It was a beautiful race, I remember. In his career with the NRL, he's had 8 starts, 3 wins, 7 podiums, and 8 top 10s. So all 8 starts were top 10, 7 of them were podiums. No joke.
Yeah,
No joke.
He's a dominant force. I will have to talk with the proprietor about him running an MMR livery, but as well as we see Cotton Ballistics also with an MMR livery. But yeah, Jorge, I agree with the colors. I don't know about the letters.
It's a conspiracy. It's a conspiracy. I think MMR has done this on purpose. You know, the marketing, the planting of their own marketing. We'll make a livery for you, bro. Yeah, we'll totally make a livery for you. Last second, switch the decal. Crazy.
Can't trust him. Can't trust him.
Hey, speaking of Cotton Ballistics, he's with MMR Racing, so the MMR livery is appropriate for him. He's got a Thrustmaster T300, drives with the manual transmission. ABS is set to weak, and this is his NRL debut, so excited to see how he does. This is going to be his first flyer, so he's coming up to the last corners. You might as well stay with him and see what he's going to do. Do you know him, TK? Anything about Cotton?
I've seen Cotton. I've seen Cotton do some racing. He is a talented driver. Interesting though, with the ABS. Oh, I mean, talk about talented. His bank lap is a 117.9, no problem. When we were doing our and Jorge there with the 17.545. When we were doing our testing for the IRO series, we found that actually default ABS worked a little better in this car. So that's something that kind of bucks the tradition of using weak ABS. I'm curious how many drivers may find that and adjust later on in the series.
Yeah, that's interesting. By the way, my support is fully behind Shadow Chef and that S7R livery because 2 reasons. But anyway, Shadow Chef is a free agent rocking my team's livery. The last appearance was Season 5, Round 3. He did not actually start, it looks like. In his career, he's had 3 starts, no wins, no podiums, and 2 top 10s in those 3 starts. So Shadow Chef making another go of it. Good luck. So Jorge with a 17.5, very early on. TK, does he spark it or does he keep trying for the?
He wants to beat Wid, and that's all he cares about.
I see.
So I expect we see 17.2, 17.1, something outlandish from Jorge.
The old rivalry continues. Of course, Wid's time was the absolute fastest so far that we've seen, with a 17.275 that he dropped last night. So Jorge definitely has his work cut out for him. I don't know.
Yeah,
I feel like if you're gonna drop it, you gotta drop it early. It feels like it's been difficult for people to improve if they've already done a good lap. I think the track conditions are such that they deteriorate. The track just gets colder and
Mm.
colder. And that's
Mm.
the catch, Shelby. We found it. Shelby, that was the catch. It's just gonna get colder out there, and the car is
Mm.
technically gonna get harder to drive fast. Yeah. So, oh, there's no time of day progression. I just learned. So
It just stays cold.
it just stays cold. Somebody told me there was progression, but I guess I heard a lie. But sorry about that. So it stays cold. So that's not the catch. Shelby, keep looking. Um,
Keep looking for time somewhere, grasping at straws, as they say. See, I was always told to drop it like it's hot. So I feel like that's all these drivers need to do, and they'll be fine.
so basically, just treat it like there's like, am I understanding? Drop it like it's hot. Like the track temp is hot. Like what?
I don't know. That's just what I've been told.
Okay.
No.
Well, because when I hear that, I'm thinking so just step on the gas. Just whatever happens, just pretend I got the
Exactly.
grip.
Yeah.
Okay.
So put in that first lap, and oh my goodness, guys, y'all,
Oh
everybody,
my gosh.
everybody.
What just happened?
117.149. Jorge Senior.
We'd got to pull up.
Oh, my goodness. What a time. What a time. Jorge Sr., I predicted it. You heard it from me first. He's going for a
You did.
17.1.
You said that he was going to go for that. How in the world? And you know what? I was right about having to do it early.
Mhm.
This is his fifth lap. He's pretty much out of gas. Look, I think he slowed down on track. Yeah.
He's like, I'm done.
Yeah. It's,
He's not allowed to restart to the pit, so he has to drive all the way back there. But, I mean, he can park it like it's hot now.
he can absolutely park it. Yeah, Snoop Dogg. Just why not?
Why not? Yep. Nope. Yep.
Yeah.
There he
Well, I mean,
goes.
he's got to fuel up, even if he's
Mic
not going to
drop.
park it. He got to get in there. Ooh, Nuke up to third place with an 18.3. Nuke is the proprietor of Team S7R, and I know last season he was disappointed to find himself in Division B, and then found Division B to be an absolute challenge. So Nuke, a fantastic racer. He's been in NRL for a little bit here. His last appearance was the season 6 Division B final, and he got P2 at Monza, so very close to winning the championship there. In his career, he's had 8 starts. He's got 3 wins, 5 podiums, and 7 top 10. You can find him on YouTube at Sector 7 Racing. That's Sector_7_Racing.
Yeah, and to that point, like, you know, you hear Division A, Division B. Division B is stacked, y'all. Like,
It didn't matter last season.
if you haven't watched the NRL, it's not like it's like, oh, A is where it's at and B is like meh. No, B is insane.
And it literally just comes down to there's not enough space in the lobby. That's literally it.
Exactly. Exactly. These Division B drivers could definitely compete in Division A. It's just where their times fall in these qualifyings. So don't get it twisted. Both are very good. So if you can make it, as we saw yesterday, a bunch of drivers went home, unfortunately. And it's going to be the same case for today as well. So these drivers have a lot. And I do want to point out, I recently got to race against Nuke in that IRO series, and talk about a class driver. He was, I mean, we had wheel-to-wheel action, we had bumper-to-bumper, and then I ended up getting spun by a different driver, but it wasn't his fault, but we were all there together, and as soon as the race was over, he hopped into our voice chat and was like, did I do that? Was that my fault? And I was like, absolutely not. That was some of the best driving I've ever had. So big shout out to Nuke. Real class act there.
Yeah, shout out to the guy. He's pretty awesome. Gotta love Nuke. Yeah, Division B is absolutely stacked, and consider so far with all of these drivers qualifying, there were 35 last night alone. We're still basically all within 2 seconds. We have 17.1 on one side and then 19 flats on the other, and consider the very bottom will be cut off because there's just not enough space. So the actual qualifying times for the entirety of all the competitors in the season will fall to well below 2 seconds as far as the split there. It's kind of crazy.
Absolutely, and not to spoil anything, but that is way tighter than the 18 drivers of F1 did in qualifying in the wee hours of the morning over here. So
Why
this
would
is
you
even
call
tighter than
Cadillac out like
F1.
that? Like, why would you even talk about Cadillac like that? Nobody was talking about Cadillac, and here you come throwing shade at Cadillac.
Hey, I'm here for Cadillac. I want them to do well. And one of
Same.
the, well, no, I can't spoil anything, but they weren't the worst. They weren't the worst.
You're right. Don't spoil it because I realized as I said that I was like, oh, you haven't even finished watching, so I need to watch that when this is done. But right now we're worried about NRL qualifying, and it's been just as exciting. And it kind of feels like its own shootout, right?
Hmm.
Because we kind of know what the times are and what's needed to get up there. So Shadow Chef just, I think, coming out of the pits there, I think is what I was seeing. And hopefully that didn't throw Pelias Pango off. Shadow Chef, very respectful to stay to the right, stay slow, and stay predictable for Pelias. But it's always scary there. That's another, like, just little thing about this track that we love, right, TKs?
That pit exit, you gotta, I mean, it's almost like they were like, how can we make this as chaotic as possible?
How indeed. Let's put the pit exit at a blind braking zone and crest into a very crucial corner. It feels right. It just feels right.
Makes
You
sense.
know what else it feels like, TKs? Because you kind of
Hmm.
know the Atlanta area. It feels I-70. It feels like I-75 South, like in that whole complex of like MLK. Um, I
Chaos.
think what else is that? William Street, and then right into I-20, and all of that is like
Yep.
within a quarter-mile span. It's kind of crazy. That's what it
Make
feels
sure
like.
you're using Waze because no other GPS system will help you. Jorge Sr. was able to improve
No way.
117.126. I mean, just marginally, and slight improvement from Pelias as well. It yeah,
Where is Jorge finding it? I mean, it's 128 versus 126, but like, who
still.
casually drops two 17.1s almost back to back?
Jorge. Obviously.
Division A has a lot of work to do. We're looking at Amarillo Dash with Papa's House of Game. He's driving with a controller. We love our controller drivers. The quick ones are phenomenal, just masters of movement, I suppose. And this is Amarillo Dash's NRL debut. So we'll see how they do. Right now with a 118.739. So towards the bottom of the rung, but I think that's still probably get them into Division B. Not really
Hmm.
sure what the cutoff is yet.
It'll be interesting to see. Magoo, another newcomer here. Infinite Octane Racing. Got all the sponsors on there. All I can think of is Mr. Magoo.
Yep.
Good luck to Magoo out there. Don't know too much about them, but happy they are here.
I also think about the rapper Magoo. He used to he was part of Timbaland's crew for a very long
Oh, really?
Yes. And he has some
like I
solo
could've known
songs, but
that.
for the most part you would just like kind of hear his voice like doing ad
Mhm.
libs or something. I think sometimes he'd hype man live, but yeah,
You
Magoo.
gotta love a good hype man. Crucial.
Star comes to mind. Obviously, Flavor Flav,
Flavor
just
Flav.
classic hype man. It was an era. It was an era.
It was an era, indeed. Indeed. I mean, it makes for an excellent performance, and seeing anything live is better than not, and that includes racing. If you're not too into racing and you've never been to a race, go to one. Like even a small town race or whatever, go to it and you'll change. Same with music. Go
Yep.
to you don't like the band, go to the concert. See what you think after that.
You know what? It's exactly like music, because like you don't even have to know what's going on, right? You show
Yep.
up to a race, and just the machinery and the atmosphere and like
Vibe.
the background will make you fall in love. And it's the same as seeing a band you've never heard of live. You don't necessarily want to go because you don't know any of the songs, but then they'll usually blow your mind because that's just
Yeah.
what live music does.
And then when you see the people who are there for it, the people who are sold out fans, whether it is again racing or music, and you watch them take it in, and you're like, okay, I want to feel that way.
You
I
can't
don't
help
wanna
but
take it
feel
in.
the joy.
Ooh,
Ooh,
stamps.
our stamps with a big big slide there in turn 8, and definitely going to be kicking himself for that. Sorry, turn 7. We're going to take another look at it. Let's see what happens here. This is turn 7 there, turn 6 there, and then just a little too much curve. Just a little too much curve. Get that right wheel actually in the grass a little. Kicked up some grass, and that it disturbs the car just too much there, and you're not generating much downforce in the rear because you're going so slow. Let's talk about RTR stamps. This is a new name for me. RTR stands for Rebels to Racers, okay? It's from the US. It uses the automatic transmission. Oh, like Elzo, I think, in the last split. This is also his NRL debut. And we have not YouTube. unless that's a cool YouTube channel. It's at https : guys, no backslash, no
Mic
backslash.
drop.
Mic drop, right. RTR stamps currently running a 118.8, so he's gonna want to pick up that pace. But again, with that automatic transmission, let's see, like, it gets him in the 3rd gear here, which is fine, into turn 6. Oh, it takes him down to 1st in turn 7. That's impressive.
I'm questioning that. That looked like a manual downshift.
It was fast.
We might have been gotten false information from stamps there. Maybe he goes back and forth, or wasn't paying attention when he filled out the questionnaire, because that was indeed a quick downshift for just braking. But I don't drive automatic very often, so what do I know?
I don't either, and like I said, I haven't done it in GT7, so the programming might have changed. It also could be, if this is, I haven't driven this car, I'm not gonna lie, but if this is geared anything like the last 911, first gear is somewhat longish, and so it is absolutely a useful gear, and it's one that you make a lot of use in in slow corners like that.
Yes, it is. It exactly is, and it's one that you rev out. As we take a look at a man after my own heart, Horn of Plenty, with a beautiful livery here, part of the Papa's House of Games, one of the OGs. He's on the Logitech G something, 29 or 920. You know, there's numbers.
I think G29's for PlayStation, 920 is going to be Xbox PC.
Xbox. So, well, no, that's not true. Well, maybe, yeah. So it's the same thing, just depending on the system. I understand. I never got down with Logic. Last appearance, Season 5, Round 3, P10, Dragon Trail Gardens. 10 starts, 0 wins, 1 podium, and 9 top 10s. I remember a big one back when we were doing high-speed ring in the Bugatti EGT, and he was expecting rain. He was convinced there was rain. He was doing so good, and then the rain didn't come.
I vaguely remember that myself. Yeah. You said that you had never got down with Logitech. I, too, have never. I've been a Thrustmaster person. Are you? You?
I was Thrustmaster to Fanatec, but got nothing against Thrust. My brother has the T598, and I love that, minus the pedals. I actually got a wider rim for my Fanatec after using, oh my goodness, Shadow Chef. Was that
into the Shadow Realm?
Oh my goodness. As we look at Johnny Boy, who had the front row seat for that as part of the Beehive Racing. Another controller player. I did not know that about Johnny Boy. I raced with him a lot. Season 6 was his last appearance, round 3. DNF, unfortunately, at the Nürburgring Endurance. 8 starts, 0 wins, 0 podiums, but 4 top 10s.
Well done, Johnny Boy.
Shadow Chef, please go back. Oh, yep.
So let's take a look and see what happened to Shadow Chef there. Up at turn 2, it was a very interesting off because he went way in the opposite direction that it needed to be. So this is Shadow Chef coming out of the pits. So this happened on pit out. We missed it, I think. So we'll see. This is a little bit long, but we'll see if we catch it. But it does seem like it was on pit out. That was weird.
It does weird things sometimes. I'll say that. As somebody who's done production and replays, there have been times where it's done something absolutely not what I asked it to do.
Yeah, I wonder if it's something about being in the pits, but regardless, it's interesting that that's where that replay starts because that just tells me that it happened pretty much straight away, and I wonder if there was maybe a little bit of contact, but I feel like it would have thrown Johnny Boy way off more if there had been a touch there. This section here. Here's Cotton going through it right now, and imagine somebody coming out of the pits there right before this corner. It's not easy to get through, and it certainly would throw the balance of the car off as you are very much on edge through this whole section through the S's here. And this will be Cotton's last lap. He dropped that 17.929 very early on, has not improved since. But again, clearly a good addition to the PDX team. But I wonder if a 17.9 will get you into Division A. I think it's solidly Division B.
Indeed, indeed. These drivers are finishing it up. It's like last ditch efforts. Where are you? Where are you? It's going to be so hard.
Yep, here comes Magoo, has been sitting in 10th. Let's see where they show up. They're not that far off from getting ahead of PhD Arrow, I believe. Will not get it. Amarillo Dash, I think, just drove through someone. Um, Looking at Cotton Beliscus, so we're just going through a lot of the cars here. Just trying to figure out. Here's Cotton finishing up that lap. Does not improve. It does improve, sorry, but doesn't improve place, but improves by a tenth. So a 17.821, which could absolutely be the difference, going into rather A or B. These drivers are all competitors, so you'd probably rather be at the bottom of A than the top of B, but there's something to be said about, top of the heap, right? Um, Granted, the combinations are so different every season, TK, that
Mm.
doesn't really matter if you did well in qualifying. Like, it's going to be completely different for round one, maybe two.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. As we saw last night, I mean, the the combos for Fridays is going to be interesting. Nothing like a Group 3 car at a traditional racetrack.
Yeah.
Um, Everybody's going to be thrown for a loop. It might be your forte, but odds are it won't be, and you're going to have to learn something new. And that's one of the things I love about the NRL. I talk about it every year. This is my 7th season. If you want to improve all around in Gran Turismo, not just as a Group 3 driver, if you want to all around improve your driving abilities, take part in this league. Even if you don't make it, practice with everybody, go along with the combos. You are going to become a better driver. You're going to do a track that you don't normally do, in a format you're not used to, in a car and tire combo that you would never try, and it will make you a better driver.
I would absolutely agree that this is one league where that is 100% true. You're going to learn something if you want to get quick, or even if you just want to learn. But anyway, it's time to pack up the tools and load the cars. Road Atlanta has seen its last laps of qualifying for NRL Season 7. And so I think we're going to maybe not take a break yet. We're just going to watch this finish up. And TK, I'm going to have you read the results for us as soon as they pop up on the screen.
Indeed. So we have, I mean, come on, man. Jorge Sr. with a 117.126. I'm going to deduct him 5/10 for running the MMR livery. No, no, just kidding. Then we have Cotton Ballistics with a 117.821. It looks slow in comparison, but it's so fast. S7R's Nuke with a 117.964. Then we have Shadow Chef with a 117.969. S7R's Digital Relay with a 118.212. Then we have SFO AKDROMW, and that's how I'm going to say it, the 118.257. SMFR's Pelias Pango with a 118.446. BHR Johnny Boy, who I did see ran out of gas there on that final lap with a 118.675. Then we have Amarillo Dash, another PHG member with a 118.739. Mr. Magoo with a 118.855. Then we have RTR Stamps with a 118.883. And our PHG Horn of Plenty coming across with a 119.594.
All right. Third and final split is done. We're gonna get to take a break here while all the results are finalized, and I think McNaughty, if you could whisper in my ear, I think we'll get to read like the final results and standings for everyone. Yes, we get to give you guys the full rundown, as well as of course reveal round one for the Saturday splits. TKs, this has been great. I mean, I'm ready. I'm ready for the rest of the
Yeah.
for the rest of the season.
We back, baby. We back.
We
Like
back.
it's it happens twice a year, y'all, and every time I don't know why I'm surprised. Like I'm always excited, but then we do it, and then it's like, oh yeah, here we go.
Here we go. Speaking of, we're gonna go. Not for forever, just for a quick break, and then we'll come back in just a few. All right, guys, we are back. Sorry for the delay there, but we have all the information that you've been waiting for. First, though, I do want to make sure that we thank our sponsors again.
Mm,
They've been really, really good to us and help us put this on for you. And, we're going to need them for the rest of the season, basically. Who's going to transport the cars? Anyway, we'll start with DGDR. We'll just make sure that we get their card up there so y'all see. But Dumb Guys Do Racing, great podcast. You can check them out on pretty much everything. Again, that is the Dumb Guys Do Racing podcast. They talk about all sorts of sim racing, pro tips, their experiences, real life racing, and they're just hilarious guys. So do check them out. Next up, we're gonna have Trails End Custom Construction. Thank you so much, Trails End. They've been with us for a couple of seasons now. They are based in Charlotte, North Carolina, but they also service the surrounding areas. But if you need some custom construction done on your home, inside and outside, they can help you out. You can check them out at trailsandconstruction.com. We have Hinky's Tavern as well. We've been super blessed with Hinky's Tavern. They are in Old Town Florissant in St. Louis, Missouri. They got great food, and they stream these rounds live at the bar. If you're gonna go check it out, if you're gonna go over there, check them out, and please watch us if you're there. Last but not least, Little J CPA. If you need accounting help, or if you just need to figure out where to park your money for that side hustle, Little J CPA can help out. Email zboyd@littlejcpa.com. All right. So, with no further ado,
let's go.
Here are the overall qualifying standings for Saturday's Division A and B. So we're looking at Jorge Sr., of course, with a 117.1 in first place there with 5 points. The Kai came in with a 117.3. He'll be second. K Naranjo, we didn't see tonight, but he pre-qualified with a 117.5. Will come in third. In fourth place, FAF Bobagino will come in with a 117.746. And actually, this isn't for placement. It tells you where they are. But anyway, in fifth, PhD Josh Moment with a 117.749. In sixth, S7R's Mr. Racing 40 with a 117.819. In seventh, newcomer Cotton Ballistics from MMR Racing with 117.821. FAF Wade will come in at eighth with a 117.821. PDX Rollins in ninth with a 117.829. Island Grown 777 comes into the top 10 with a 117.835. In 11th, you're looking at Talon with a 117.924. Slick in 12th with a 117.929, and then FAF's Slowpoke Rods in 13th, also a newcomer with a 117.959. S7R's Nuke will be in 14th and with a 117.964. That's Division A for the boy. Shadow Chef in 15th with a 117.969. And then in 16th, we're looking at Sheldologist with a 117.984. 17th, Cold Trickle with a 117.995. Belmore is in 18th. With a 118.041. Digital Relay with a 118.212. And then you're looking at SFO, AK, DROMW with a 118.257 in 20th place. TK, you want to read the rest for us?
Yeah, NVR's Krulov there with a 118.343. Then we have Jimmy K9 with a 118.347. All these drivers getting 3 points for being in the middle third. Pelias Pangolin with a 118.446. Papa, the proprietor, Mr. PhD himself with a 118.464. Then we have Stumpy, the JCCR guy with a 118.497. VHR's Johnny Boy with a 118.675. PhD Arrow making the cut with a 118.721. And Caper rounding out Division B with a 118.732. Then we have Amarillo Dash with a 118.739. Magoo with a 118.855. RTR Stamps with a 118.883. M Hop with a 118.942. FAF Elzo with a 119.089. Icewater 321 with a 119.092. Horn of Plenty with a 119.594. PHG SSC unfortunately had a technical difficulty with a did not start, followed by Rick Shear and Wicked as well. So very competitive Saturday Divisions A and B. Excited to see how the rest of this season plays out.
I agree. And if I have that right, it's the first 15 into Division A, right?
14.
First 14 into Division A, second 14 into B. So a lot of those folks whose name we just read didn't make the cut. A big chunk of them. Everyone below 28th.
Yeah, and some of those drivers have competed in previous seasons. So we've seen both on Friday and Saturday people who have been typically, kind of no questions, they should be in it, didn't make it. So just showing you how competitive this is. I mean, we're on our 7th season, so it makes sense.
Yeah, it seems to get faster and faster every season. And this will be my 4th, I believe, with NRL at this point. And yeah, every season the bar gets higher and higher to even make it into the league. And the racing gets tighter and tighter as a result. It's been fantastic to see. Speaking of fantastic and tight racing, oh my gosh, it's time. We're gonna reveal Division B's race and then Division A.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go!
Oh yeah, okay. If it's at yep.
Come on.
What even is that? So we're at Saint Croix A, which is a fantastic layout of Saint Croix. I don't even know what that car is, but it's the ISO Revolto Zagato VGT. ISO Revolta used to make some pretty beautiful cars. Anyway, there will be a qualifier, 10 minutes for qualifying. We'll have a great start. Tuning will be on with BOP on as well. 10 laps around here, which is a pretty long race. Tire wear will be set to 5x. Woof. Fuel consumption will be set to 2x, refueling a slow 1 liter per second with heavy damage. The available tires will be the Racing Soft and the Racing Medium, and none are required. So drivers will be free to mix and match and figure out what they want to do with their tire and fuel strategy over those 10 laps.
My goodness. So you have a puzzle piece for a racetrack.
Yes, you do.
You have a car. I've never heard of.
A car that looks like a puzzle piece.
It looks wonderful. And then you have heavy damage on a track that has nothing but walls.
All walls and grass leading to the walls.
And 90-degree acute and obtuse angles. I mean, geometry will come into play on this one. And with a 1 second a liter refuel rate, y'all need to start. Open a lobby right now if you're in Division B Saturday. Get to practicing because you're going to need it.
Yeah, guarantee you that, don't run out of fuel. Save your fuel. You don't want to sit in the pits that long. This will be a good one. I'm excited about this. I've never seen that car, but so many Vision cars have been added to Gran Turismo, which I think is the coolest thing ever, that I couldn't keep up anymore. I stopped paying attention.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. This is a track that, I mean, it's a cool track. If you learn it, it's awesome. Yeah. And we have seen different variants of this in previous seasons. I remember some Group 1 cars around here at one point, and it made for very exciting racing.
Yeah, this is footage of that car on the track here. Looks good. So we'll see how it performs. I think it's time to reveal Division A now.
I can't wait. Based on yesterday, what do we got?
Come on. Is this Brazil? Yes it is. Interlagos this is good. Interlagos in the Alfa Romeo 4C GR3 car. This is a handling beast. So another grid start. Balance of performance will be on. Brake balance tuning will be allowed. 19 laps is what we'll be treated to, with tire wear set to 5x and fuel consumption set to 3x. Refueling will be a little bit quicker at 2 liters per second. Not that it matters with the pit lane this long. And damage will be heavy. TKs, listen, we love the street cars, we love that kind of stuff, but Interlagos and the 4CGR3, that's just cinnamon rolls, like literal
I,
perfection.
I will race Interlagos in any car. Any car.
That's fair.
I don't care.
That's
This
fair.
is one of my all-time favorite tracks. This car at this track is going to be a blast. Does it have the top speed of other cars? No. However, they will all be in the same car. This car is great on fuel. It's great on tire wear. So it's going to come down to how these drivers play it out. All tires are available. Racing softs are required. So what are we going to see? A soft hard, a soft medium, a soft soft soft? You know, it's gonna be interesting to see. 19 laps around here, excellent length. I mean, I love this track because it gets spread out right on the long back straight, and then it all comes together in the middle sector, and then
That's
it
right.
spreads back out. Then it all comes back together, and the overtaking at T1, always exciting. Also at T4 after that kind of mid straight, always. I love this track so much.
It took me a long time to decide that I love this track because I could not be fast at it. I was like, I know it, but I am slow at it. And I don't know that I would still call myself fast at Interlagos. But I can definitely say for sure now that I love it. I love this track a lot. So very excited about this race. I think you guys will absolutely enjoy it. So coming up next, it won't be us. It'll be the Friday night crew on next Friday, the 20th at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. That'll be round one for the Friday drivers, and it'll be streamed right here on McNaughty's YouTube channel. And then, of course, the very next day will be us, the Saturday
Us.
stream, but it'll be at 1 p.m. on Saturday Eastern Time, of course.
And I believe we will have our comrade, Mr. Flaw Genius Gaming. No, we won't. That was wrong. It's okay.
Okay.
You know what? It was just wishful thinking. I was just like, I miss him. But you know what? We're gonna have a great time. Man, Tati, I love being back in the booth with you. We got to do a little Joker series together. NRL is back, y'all. It is back. Let's go.
Yeah, super excited, man. Always. These first combos should be a good time, TKs. Listen, we hate to leave you all, but we do need to give these drivers time to practice, clearly.
Mhm.
As always, McNaughty does bring the challenge with his race combos. We appreciate you all very much for your support and can't wait to bring you more of the action. This has been T Case
Later, y'all.
and myself, Tatsi, signing off.